Cottagecore dreams, add vintage charm and rustic vibes to your cozy country farmhouse today.
Hello friends, and welcome back to Vintage and Rustic, where I'm David, your guide through the beautiful world of vintage charm, rustic simplicity, and timeless home design. Whether you're dreaming of an idyllic country farmhouse or just looking to bring a touch of nostalgic elegance into your space, today's journey is all about embracing those cottagecore dreams. Cottagecore isn't just a trend, it's a heartfelt lifestyle, a gentle nod to simpler times, slow living, and surrounding yourself with beauty that feels both old and familiar. As we stroll through this vision together, I'll be sharing ideas and inspirations to help you infuse your home with vintage charm and rustic warmth, whether you live in the country or just wish you did. From distressed wood accents and antique finds to soft linen textiles and floral wallpaper, cottagecore interiors are all about comfort, charm, and authenticity. It's time to bring that dreamy, rural fantasy to life. Let's get started on transforming your cozy haven. One of the most delightful things about cottagecore design is how it allows vintage treasures to shine. Think about a weathered farmhouse table, its surface lovingly worn from years of family meals, or a pie-safe cabinet with chippy paint and wire mesh doors. These pieces whisper stories of the past. Pair them with antique quilts, botanical prints in wooden frames, or a ruffled lace curtain catching the morning light. It's about layering textures, blending old and older, and creating a space that feels curated by time. Wicker baskets, enamel pitchers, and oil lamps aren't just decor, they're characters in your home's story. And don't be afraid to mix patterns. Gingham, toile, and calico florals can live together happily when tied by a gentle color palette. These nostalgic patterns create a sense of warmth and coziness, reinforcing the cottagecore dream. The beauty lies in the imperfections, the crackled finish, the uneven stitching, the hand-thrown pottery mug. These things ground us in authenticity and remind us that charm often comes from character.
Rustic touches help to root the cottagecore aesthetic in nature. Reclaimed wood beams across your ceiling, a vintage ladder-turned blanket rack, or shiplap walls painted in muted sage or antique white, all these elements create a soft, inviting atmosphere. You can even transform a simple corner into a cozy reading nook by placing a tufted armchair under an old arched window, with a handmade afghan draped over the back and a stack of well-worn books nearby. Incorporate natural materials wherever possible: linen, cotton, wool, stone, and aged metals like brass or copper. Display dried flowers in glass jars, line shelves with handmade ceramics, and don't forget to include plenty of greenery. From potted herbs in terracotta to trailing ivy in macrame hangers, plants help blur the line between indoors and out. These elements speak to a quieter life, one in tune with the earth and the rhythms of home. Lighting is key to creating that soft, romantic ambience cottagecore is known for. Swap out harsh overhead fixtures for vintage-inspired lamps, candle sconces, or wrought iron chandeliers. Think amber-hued Edison bulbs, or better yet, a cluster of beeswax candles on a wooden tray. A pair of antique wall sconces can add character to a hallway or flank a mirror above a rustic dresser. The goal is to soften the space and let the shadows play across aged wood, time-worn fabrics, and gently fading wallpaper. Speaking of wallpaper, nothing evokes the countryside quite like delicate floral or botanical prints in dusty rose, faded green, or muted blue. Don't be afraid to add a feature wall behind your bed or kitchen table. Even your kitchen can join in the cottagecore charm with open shelving, vintage jars, copper pots, and a farmhouse sink framed by gingham curtains. These little details create a larger atmosphere of warmth and familiarity, like the smell of Now that we've wandered through the rooms of our cottagecore-inspired farmhouse, let's take a moment to breathe in the calm. Bringing vintage charm and rustic vibes into your home isn't about perfection, it's about feeling. It's about walking into your space and instantly exhaling, knowing that every corner was crafted with love and intention. Whether it's an old chair rescued from a flea market or a dainty teacup passed down from your grandmother, these pieces make your house a home. You don't need a grand budget or a perfect layout, just a little creativity, a lot of heart, and a vision for what makes your soul feel settled. Your cottagecore dreams are entirely within reach, and the process of creating them can be just as joyful as the final result. As always, thank you for joining me here on Vintage and Rustic. I hope today's gentle journey through cottagecore design has filled you with inspiration, ideas, and a deeper appreciation for the beauty of rustic living. Remember, your home is your canvas, and every chipped bowl or faded cushion is a brushstroke in a masterpiece that's uniquely yours. Until next time, keep embracing the past, living with intention, and finding magic in the little things. I'll be back soon with more vintage treasures and rustic tips to warm your
you.